first day back on the mats in a very long time. This is going to be my first attempt at a voiceover, so I'm going to be watching this whilst talking about it. And yeah, we'll see how it goes, innit? We'll see how it goes. I really enjoyed getting back onto the mats. My first roll happened to be with this young kid. It was really, really tricky. I had a really, really nice guard. Caught me off guard here. And to be completely honest with you, if I didn't have 30 kilos on him and what must be 7-8 years, then he probably would have tapped me here. There was elements of what he did that he arguably could have done a little bit better and potentially could have got the finish. But again, 30 kilos and the amount of years, I cheated a little bit. But he chained his attacks really nicely. This kid was really tricky. I was really impressed with him. I really enjoyed rolling with him. Super technical. He set up a heel hook really, really nicely there. And I'll be honest, it was on. Like at one point, it was on. But I was able to kind of just stuff it really using my weight. And he had a really nice setup for what was called like single leg X, and like his X guard game was really tidy. I'm watching the footage back, like I learned a lot from it because it was something that I use a lot, and I was really, really struggling to set it up yesterday, especially when grappling with somebody superior to me from a technical perspective. So I'm looking forward to taking that into the next class and learning from the kid, man, because that kid was sharp. He was sharp. And whilst I was ring rusty, it was eye-opening. It was eye-opening. That's what I love about this sport. It's very, very humbling. Very, very humbling. Here, this was an interesting round, I'll be honest. Loved the guy. Lovely guy. One of the nicest guys I've met on the mats. But one of the typical new guys who's had an injury and starts off the roll with, I'm going to take it easy. And unfortunately, if you've only been rolling for 3 months, like you don't know what taking it easy feels like. So I was quite shocked at his intensity level, and then realized, okay, cool. But if you want to fight, I can fight. So I was a bit annoying, if I'm being completely honest. Whilst I wasn't really rolling with too much intensity, when I found myself in dominant positions, I was just frustrating. I wasn't always looking to progress my position, which was kind of nice because I was kind of there to take it easy. A little injury happened to a close friend of mine in the class prior to that, so my head wasn't really there. I was genuinely just there to take it easy. And once I had mounted him, I knew that I was just going to ride him and be a pain, to be completely honest. Whenever I'm in mountain nogi, personally, I look for the back. However, today, it being 3-4 months since I'd rolled, I was so rusty. My timing was off. My thought processes were all off. In this sport, the most important thing is time on the mats. And yeah, I felt it yesterday. I felt that I hadn't spent any time on the mats. He was making a really big mistake of like exposing his arms. And usually I'm much better at attacking that, but honestly, my balance was off today. My timing was off. Everything was off. But I managed to get his back at this point, and there was a part of me who had a little bit of an attitude because of the intensity in which he was rolling after saying he was going to take it easy, which I don't blame him for. I don't blame him for it at all. Like, yeah, I'm sure I did the same thing when I was new. I knew I was leaving here with something, and I got the rear naked. Well, it was a short choke. It wasn't really a rear naked. I caught him with one of my favorite things to catch new guys with as well, and did one of the most annoying things that you can do to new dudes that I've always seen my main coach do, and that's just sit on guys. It's really weird. Like you find yourself sitting on guys and they give you something. Here I thought we was about to wrestle. I was like, oh, so you're a wrestler now? And then he sat down, which was kind of disappointing, but the round had ended anyway, so we wouldn't have had a little scrap. And this round was my favorite round. This was with the coach of this class. Lovely guy, love Saxon. Met him initially at CGA and found out about this little class that he did. And now he's had injuries and he's very, very good at BJJ. And started the round off by saying, yeah, we're going to take it easy. And this is what taking it easy looks like. I kept trying the same, exactly what this kid, in the first roll kept getting me with. I kept trying that same single leg X setup and I couldn't get it on him. There I tried it and there I was trying to pass his guard, and he set up a really nice heel hook. He slapped it on really, really quickly, not aggressively, not at all, but he slapped it on really quickly. And here again, I keep trying to set up my single leg X, and he just kept passing it like it wasn't even there. But again, like, when you haven't rolled in this long, you're gonna be as rusty as I was. That was probably the only moment in the roll where I moved with some intensity, because he caught me so nicely. The way he jumped over my guard there and tied up a arm, like, it blew my mind. But this is what rolling and taking it easy looks like. Two people with a smile on their face and just going through the motions. Here, he tried an interesting pass on me. We break it down actually afterwards, but he in many ways gave me that triangle. It wasn't really something that I worked for or set up. I was fighting to get my close guard. I wanted to start working some close guard game, because I was taught by some really good teachers, and really good teachers will always teach you the basics very well. And I feel very strong and very comfortable with my close guard. So I was fighting to get my close guard, and he attempted a pass that he is currently explaining to me. And as soon as he explained the pass to me, I knew what he had done wrong. He didn't put pressure on that part of the leg that I just pointed to, which allowed me to wrap up the triangle with considerable ease. Again, I try my single leg X setup, and he just breezes past it like it's not there. And he actually inverted. I forgot about this. He took my back beautifully here, and I didn't even realize it was a possibility from the way in which our legs were entangled. And again, that's something that I'm most definitely going to take on board with me. It's a beautiful thing about having the footage. You learn so much from your mistakes and from what people are able to do to you. You learn a lot quicker when you watch yourself back. We were just hand fighting. He had my back for a long time. We were hand fighting for a really long period of time. Again, you grow up. I was raised in arguably the best gym in London during its time. I'm 25 years old now. I started training when I was 17, and dare I say it, at the time I was training, what was that, 7 years ago, pound for pound, Mill Hill BJJ was the best. It was the best gym in probably the country. We were tiny. We had barely any students. We had barely any space. Yet we would consistently finish second or third at pretty much all major competitions in the country, because of how good we were and how many medals we collected with the small talent pool we had. So that developed a really good defensive game in people, and I am extremely comfortable. It's not necessarily a good thing, but the first stage of jiu-jitsu is learning how to survive, right? And the most compromised position you can find yourself in is having your back taken, or back mount as some people call it. And you have to get very good at surviving that very quickly in order to get good at surviving in this art. So unless somebody is significantly better than me at the art, and in most cases a fair bit stronger than me and bigger than me, it's very difficult to tap me. However, my escapes aren't amazing from the back, if I'm being completely honest, but I'm able to survive, which is it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Honestly, days like today, getting back on the mats for the first time in so long, just make you feel like a white belt again. It's horrible. But then, if you don't respect the art's not going to respect you. If you take time off, then you are where you deserve to be, and you are going to fall foul to the rust that comes with just not doing something. So yeah, I have to bow down to the mats in that respect and say I apologize and thank you for everything that you teach me. But no, I look forward to. I'm gonna do my utmost, as long as it doesn't take away from my training, to stay consistent and get in once a week. Yeah, that's the aim. A little bit of cardio. I guess it'd be my only form of cardio. And to be fair, for what I want to achieve right now, so to speak, in the art, this class is probably perfect for me. It's very much a beginner's class. Most people there are beginners. But to be honest, right now, I would rather exercise my teaching tools in the art and help Saxon with the class, so to speak. Not that he needs help, he doesn't need my help at all, but as in, like, it's always nice for a teacher to have somebody there that's also got some experience that can help people out, so that he's not the only one having to help people out. I feel like that would be perfect for me right now, because more than anything, I just want to remember what I'm capable of. I want to remember what I know, because it's very easy to forget a lot of it. So yeah, it was nice. I must admit, it was really, really nice. Barring my friend getting injured, dragging him there for the first time, honestly, my head was spinning after that. I felt so guilty. It's not about me, and I couldn't make it about me in the moment, but bro, my head was spun. Persuading somebody to do something, especially when they are somebody who relies a lot on physical outlets, and then them doing that thing and injuring themselves, honestly, it's one of the biggest mind beeps I've ever experienced. It was horrible. I'll be honest, it was horrible. Thankfully, we were chatting afterwards, and he was in good spirits, which eased my mind a lot. But hopefully we'll see him back on the mats one day. Maybe not. If you made it this far, thank you very much, and I shall see you tomorrow.